योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन यो भाकरोतं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि आबाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिं श्रीमते अनन्ताय नागराजाय नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्णवागीशयति स्वराभ्यां सम्प्राप्तचक्राङ्कणभाष्यसारं श्रीनूत्नरङ्गेन्द्रयतौ समर्पितस्वं श्रीकृष्णमार्यं गुरुवर्यमीडे विरोधे कार्तिके मासे शतताराकृतोदयं योगाचार्यं कृष्णमार्यं गुरुवर्यमहं भजे। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः।
Good evening to all of you. I have great pleasure in introducing today's speaker, Mr. Vaikunth. Mr. Vaikunth is a very senior police official. In India we call IPS, Indian Police Service. He belongs to that in the 1961 cadre, and he held very high ranks in the police, and he was heading the state police here as the chief of police of Tamil Nadu. That apart, what was the important thing that I find as the reason that I have invited him here is, even for a long time he is a practitioner of yoga. He was practicing yoga. Now today the government has brought in, because of Prime Minister's insistence, there is a lot of importance given to yoga. But long before that he was practicing yoga, and having heard about Sir, our teacher Desikachar, he came and met him, and because of this past experience of doing yoga, he had the experience to compare, and he used to tell me how this yoga is different. He says this is easy way, but he has coined some words. I would like him to talk about that yourself. So, and then the most important thing is they Sir and Mr. Vaikunth took liking for each other. There was a relationship, and I had visited him in his house along with Sir. Sir rarely goes to any house and all that. So I had gone to their house, and Mr. Vaikunth was instrumental in taking KYM to the prisons to teach, and we have some material available here where we taught in the prison. Geeta has gone, I think. A lot of teachers have gone. So, and he has been sort of encouraging our work, and I also found that he had a special regard and respect for Sir and a relationship. So, as somebody who is known to him but totally outside the ambit of just being a student. I thought that he will share his experiences with us. Thank you for making it today, sir. Thank you so much. Last month he could not came. I became the 12th man, and I did the talk myself. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Sridharan, I think Mr. Swaminathan Srinivasan is here. Faculty members of this great institution, students and well-wishers of this great institution. I am grateful to the members of the KOM for inviting me to speak on the Desikachar Memorial Lecture this year, which I deem as a great honor and a privilege. I have come here only as a pilgrim to a temple, offering flowers of tribute to the great Desikachar, who is not just a yoga guru but a saint comparable to any other Vaishnavites, Alvars, Saivite, Nayanmars, or probably Muslim Maulis, because that way the KOM is totally secular. In his novel, The Eighth Day, the American novelist Thornton Wilder wrote, quote, "Men of faith and men of genius have this in common. They know, observe and remember many things they are not conscious of knowing. They are attentive to relationships, recurrences, patterns and laws. There is no impurity in the operation of their minds. Neither self-advancement, nor pride, nor self-justification. The nets they fling are wider and deeper than they are fully aware of," unquote. Mr. Desikachar is one of those rare men described by the author, Thornton Wilder. I started learning yoga way back in '60 when I was preparing for my IAS exams in Bangalore, where my elder brother along with Dr. Kalam were colleagues in the Defense Research Organization in Bangalore, where they both being bachelors stayed in, I remember, Vijay Lodge on the then Brigade Road. More often than not, I had to evict Kalam from his room and request him to share my brother's room so that I can concentrate on my preparation for IAS, Indian Administrative Services. It was at that time that Mr. Iyengar of Pune, yoga master of international repute, I think he is the uncle of Desikachar, visited Bangalore for a month, and I had the privilege along with Kalam and my brother Gopal to get yoga training from him for a month, which I continued thereafter. But then, though Iyengar taught me yoga in the normal sense of the term, it is Mr. Desikachar with whom I continued the training, which had a different angle and different approach. What Desikachar taught me was not physical yoga, which no doubt helped me to love my system, that is, my body should to be shaped, but he taught it in such a way, in a simple and direct manner, rendering some of the deepest aspects of the ancient discipline and philosophy easily understandable and relevant to all. What is striking in KM and also Desikachar is that they teach yoga evaluating therapeutic value of each yoga and our system. I myself, when both during my service as a DG Police of Tamil Nadu, later due to many commitments to society, felt uneasy and uncomfortable, I used to come to Desikachar and he used to get them resolved. I myself have referred Mr. Arul, the then IG, and the orthopedic surgeon G.S. Gopalakrishnan, who have had their spells of erratic BP to Desikachar, and Desikachar had the magic touch to resolve them by teaching them specific yogic exercises. I've even referred a classic case of Dr. Satyavel, a dental surgeon who is my son's classmate from Tiruchengodu, was suffering from acute knee pain. Thanks to the intensive training in KOM and his own strict follower, is now a thing of the past, and he has got rid of all the painkillers. I have personally known acute cases of nervous debility leading to likely mental disability being treated successfully in KOM. But then I would rate KOM treating prisoners both in Vellore prison and Pudal prisons, in which I had taken the initiative and organized as a moment of crowning glory for KOM. I will tell you the reason. I can tell you for certain that after this yoga training, in which both Mr. Desikachar and Madam Menaka participated, there were not only marked improvement in the health of the prisoners, but also in their attitudes towards life. Mark my word when I say that we made a study of those prisoners who had undergone yoga training by KOM. They are leading a dignified post-release life, earning their livelihood through honest and honorable means. To put it short, there is no evidence of recidivism. Recidivism means getting back to crime. Among the meaning that they have not resorted back to crime. That is why I call it a moment of crowning glory for KOM, because as taught by KOM and particularly Desikachar, it proved to be a rehabilitation measures for prisoners. I don't know whether it's there anywhere else in the world. All this because of Desikachar's approach to yoga. In fact, whenever I go to him for refreshing my mind about yoga and specific exercise thereon, he used to start the exercise with chanting Vedic dictum or a text from Upanishads. I think that made all the difference we have achieved. Specialized knowledge in all spheres, but something was missing. That is the heart. This is what Desikachar has provided. The beautiful aspect of our heart called faith is linked to the presence of love. It can transform a person and give energy and joy. In effect, Desikachar taught yoga to be a cleansing process. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, I do my yoga in Marina early in the morning facing the sea. But at the end of it, I feel so calm and fulfilled. I am ready for the rest of the day. Particularly felt this when I was police chief of Tamil Nadu, cornered by all sorts of problems, tension, etc. But yoga as taught by KOM and Desikachar helped me to overcome all these problems with equanimity. On the one hand, the old order is breaking. Old formations, old modes of thinking and expressions, old rigidities and superstitions are collapsing. On the other, there is a tremendous struggle and a tremendous search for new formulation. The old is dying and the new is struggling to be born. And the younger generation today find themselves precariously poised between the past and the future. Needless to say, the answer is found in the yoga as designed and taught by Desikachar and his KM and this KOM. In short, yoga as taught by KOM and Desikachar stresses the need for a healthy mind and a healthy body. You must also learn to work as a team towards achieving this. There is a need for us to move towards inner harmony, towards inner maturity, towards development of our total personality. The necessity, in other words, for what we call spiritual values. The word spiritual values, of course, lends itself to a number of interpretations. When the word spiritual is used, people seem to jump to the conclusion that it means withdrawal from life and going away to a mountain cave in Himalayas for meditation. It's not that. Well, some people may do that, but that is not what is meant by spiritual values. Spiritual values are the introduction of the deeper values of harmony, of cooperation in life itself. Spiritual values are the streams, as it were, to irrigate and the arid grounds of life with the healing springs of sympathy, understanding, of a commitment, not only to one's own petty welfare or that of the family, but to the broader commitment to millions of people of this country who are still deprived of 2 square meals a day. The commitment to the million people of this country who lack even elementary medical facilities. The commitment to those who are in pain and suffering. These are all the spiritual values which, according to me, which we have to learn to develop. I think post-retirement I am doing exactly the thing under the auspices of trusts called the Balaji Seva Trust, where I am doing a lot of things for village development, campaign against child mortality, etc., etc. In the end, I find that Desikachar has given away quite a part of his earnings towards starting the trust Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, thereby to quote the exhortation of the great English poet T.S. Eliot. In order to possess what we do not possess, we must give by way of disposition. May KYM, as started by Desikachar and his team, continue to grow in strength and fame all over the world. May God be with you. Thank you.
I would like to add some point, because Sir has, whenever I meet Vaikunth Sir, he will tell me that this method which he is talking about, he used to say, Sir, you will tell me, love your body. That is the word that you will tell me.
That is the difference between the Arabic exercise and yoga. I used to say that in the Arabic exercise, you sort of you can say stun your body to shape, but in yoga you love your body.
See, we used to say that word. Because we do adaptation, modification, he will say this method, you love your body and that is how you will shape. One of the books that Sir had authored, that was serial that had come in Ananda Vikitan, what called in Tamil, Udale Unnai Aradhikkiren. That in Tamil it means body, oh body. You know, actually Aradhikkiren means to pray. It is a sort of saying that I pray. You know, this is a very different title. That's what he used to tell me every time. Your method is love the body and go along with the body and work towards that. So he has experienced and felt. If there are any questions, he is actually a spiritual person, as you can see. Spirituality, he told you that how by running a trust. I find he had written 2 books or 1 book, 2 books, and in one of the books, Sir was involved with the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case also, isn't it, sir?
I'm not involved.
You were. As a police official.
We have to give some assistance to the
CBI. So he has mentioned a lot of things. So even during his time when he was working, he had done the job in a way that what Bhagavad Gita says, you know. So he is a standing example of spirituality from the point of view of performance, you know. Yeah.
You talked of an interesting experiment of taking yoga to prisoners. So is it still continuing, or why and why not?
It was a project which undertook with the help of KOM. The KOM is prepared to continue that at their service. See, what I felt was yoga, these prisoners for some reason or other, they come to prison. I'm Because this whole world is shut for them. So to bring yoga to them not only keeps them healthy, but I find that the attitude was life changing. When they come out, they feel confident to face the world. So I don't know whether I should say you must become a prisoner to yoga. But what I found amazing was the yoga, we did in Udal and also in
Bellu.
Where this Nalini, Rajiv Gandhi was there. In prison, we know in criminal's life, we use the word very often as recidivism, reverting back to crime. But in this set of prisoners whom taught yoga, because their attitude towards life has changed, they don't feel like committing crime. I think they do. In a way, it's a big rehabilitation measures for them. I found only, because we have been doing some things, but I did rehabilitate a prisoner who was, according to me, against whom the evidence was very flimsy and all that. But anyway, he and his father were going through life sentence. And I asked him, he started talking to me in very nice English. So then I asked him, this is how it happened. So I helped him to get a PhD, you can be surprised, on the theory of numbers, sitting within the prison. I gave a product and he believed that I allowed him to go. My officers are down, I had to come back. But I allowed him to go meet his guide with the and now he is a doctorate. And then with great difficulty I had to, the remission because of good conduct. He was supposed to come out within 12 months, 12 years. But then in Government of India, I believe the one particular state, the Bihar, they misused the provision of remission. So the Supreme Court said we had to go through, and I had to get presidential intervention to give the remission. He is now assistant professor in the college, Madanpadi Sundara. See, the change of attitude was right. That's more important. If Sridharan says he's as good as Desikachar in direction, he will do that. And I was emphasizing on the perceptible change in the prisoner's attitude towards life, and he did revert back to life. He is running an honorable and honest life.
We will also look at outreach again. We will go along with. We also trained people there. See, one more thing is, since you asked this question, I would like to tell you, in most of these situations, sir, it is often that we train people there, and they again will do, because they have to do every day, and in Vellore we won't be able to go every day. So we will go weekend only, weekend or once in a week. So we will train people, because they are all grown up, and some of them will become teachers, and 2-3 of them, and every day morning they will give the instructions. So we can go for one more round like that, and certainly it was a great experience to us and to our teachers.
No, I'm telling you that the impact which it had on them is very refreshing. They didn't feel like committing crime. What does it want? You have sort of made them better citizens.
Yeah.
In one of the previous lectures in this memorial lecture series, we had a psychologist from Vijay Human Services, Professor Jayachandran. He said that whether
is there a solution or kind of approach for the mind related problems, that is the differently abled, mentally differently abled children? He approached various yoga centers where they said, oh, we will cure them. Whereas Desikachar sir said that kindly bring them, let's see how we can go about this. So that was his attitude towards approaching the issues. That is the seekers of yoga. So that was his approach. So in your interactions with sir, so how did you perceive his approach towards yoga when seekers of yoga wanted some kind of a solution from
I
them?
perceived my approach is total, because it's not a physical, involved meditation. It involves control of mind. You totally get conditioning of the mind and the body. So I think you had a case here, nervous, acute nervous debility. I mentioned it. He has been cured.
So his approach, how did he approach?
No, what?
That's what I'm saying. His approach was, I mentioned, his approach was not the, the physical exercise point of view. His approach, I told you that I think whenever he used to recite a quote from Upanishad or anything from Veda. Approach is not just a physical conditioning of your system, for which they had a therapeutic evaluation, but conditioning of the mind. That if you condition the mind and it involves meditation, that means your approach to life itself changes. Take the classic example of universe. You have committed an offense, you have committed science. You study the home to the cities, reverting back, and you not totally stopped for those group of people.
Dr. Jayaraman's, I will explain this question to you, sir, because we have attended the earlier lecture. It's a series of lectures. What he is trying to say is, generally the approach of Desikachar, sir, is not to make claims like you come, this can be done. I will take care of mental, solutions and all that. So, did you see the same personality in him? That's what he is trying.
See, I will tell you that's why I got attracted. But I told you I started yoga training with his uncle, that I got. But I found a different approach. First, when I became to course, text from Veda or Upanishad. Approach itself to make it not only look simpler, sound simpler, and it has a meditative angle to that. So mind and the body. Body, you can say, it comes along, but mind conditioning is very. But you won't be able to realize until you. I told you my approach. See, I was the police chief on the day. I was sitting in hundreds of thousands of problems, tensions. I never failed to do my early morning yoga. If you are able to approach problems with equanimity, you don't get disturbed. And one more thing is, normal tendency is to get angry, shout. But it is so it's not just a physical conditioning of the body, it's a conditioning of the mind. I don't want to use the word soul, mean soul also, but it comes, I think, part of the approach.
Yes, I agree with what you say, because I remember when we were involved in the project, I also used to go along with sir in the car. We had 2 sets of car, we'll go to Vellore. It is not that he will claim, let us go to the jail and we will bring out all the people from the jail out by doing yoga. That type of a claim he will never make. Let us go and see.
He never made any claim. But after that, just for the effect of yoga on the prisoners, he made a study.
A study was done.
Study is think prisoners in prison office may then brochure record. I made it only as an experiment. I think if Sridhar actually we can start it
as a project.
May make a study public.
Yes.
Public.
We can.
Because prisoners, prison department, a lot of conditions. Because I happen to be what I was, I was able to get to the access. We met learning. She is doing, I think she has finished her postgraduate. One of the Rajiv Gandhi alleged accused. First she made a MCA, Master Computer Application. She was also part of the yoga.
She used to teach because she was good. So we had trained some people. In fact, it is women prisoners who are looking forward to. What they will do is, after the class is over, will you come next week? We want you to come and teach us.
Very popular.
So
we all went every weekend. 2 days. We used days to day special guest house.
We left on Saturday early morning
Yeah,
and we've come back
by
on
that,
Sunday.
we had been to jail. We have also been to jail.
see what modern theory of I don't know whether many of people know about it. After Fort St. John and district headquarters, it is only in prisons the national flag. Earlier it used to be the British Union Jack. It is only in prisons, then it will 8 prisons in the state. The national flag is flying. The theory is, for some reason or other, he goes in as a prisoner. Then he may get convicted, he may not. So, we still hope that he is going to become part of the mainstream of the country. We don't want to condemn him forever. But the public perception is different. But the theory is different. We should, of course, they have made a lot of improvements since then in the prison manual. There are provisions even for how to watch the green vegetables, how to keep the things clean, how to keep the flies away, how to keep the mosquitoes away. National flag is flown apart from Fort St. John and collective officers only in prison. I think they give so much of importance to rehabilitation.
If there are no questions, we will ask.
Tangential question. Not be correcting. Speaking of prisons, so what is the purpose of the prison? In the sense, a person commits a mistake, comes to the prison just to spend his period of punishment, or does the prison manual says that the prison authorities have a responsibility to reform their mind for the better life?
He is coming in. He is from the public point of view. He was high up in any victims. You will have to take the victims here. So he committed a murder, committed a grave crime, and all that. After conviction, etc. He comes. He was high up. You did not give any victims. Public perception, he was high up. But the modern theory, why not? Why modern theory there? Is to rehabilitate. It becomes part of the mainstream of society, giving the honorable honors, making honors, earning livelihood in the honest way. That is the purpose. That is the theory of what you call the correctional administration.
If it is such, then can yoga be mandatory? Or would you recommend yoga to be mandatory?
You can make it mandatory. I don't know. We will see whether they are already there or not. Otherwise, we will take it up through proper channel to tell the government to make it mandatory. He tried experiment. I took the initiative. The results are amazing. So he says it has to be. But they have to see, it has to be done. Even thinking about the training the staff there, the difficulty there is making the staff permanent. The staff are likely to move out. The prisoners are likely to, they make prisoners are likely to get released. Unless they make a permanent yoga master. So that is both ways. Imagine if a person commits an offense and he is not sentenced or convicted, goes around without a prison, so there will be trouble in society. He goes scot-free. But he has to be there. But once he is there, when he come out, he gets rehabilitated.
Balu has. Yeah, Balu has a question. Yeah. Sarvana. Mic. Geeta.
What sir says is quite true, because we could see it ourselves.
Geeta was a part of the faculty which did the project.
So the first day when we entered the hall, the women prisoners just pushed each other and they wanted the seat near the window and they used to push each other. We really saw them a very unruly behavior. But towards the end, as we went every week, we could see a lot of change in them. They became more peaceful. They just grouped in a line, and they would sit wherever there was place. Never fought for the place like they did the first few weeks. And the day we left after 1 year, all of them cried. So we could see the change in them. It was very perceptible.
Thank you, Geeta. Thank you, Geeta. Yes, Balu.
I'd just like to have your reflections on how you yourself felt yoga influenced or affected, let's say, your performance as a police person. For example, I once was talking to a person who played competitive sports at a very high level. He said, look, the kind of attitude that I think you as a yoga teacher may inculcate in me may make me very placid, and I want what he called the killer instinct. I want to go out there and win every set. I want to win every game. I don't want an attitude that I may win or I lose and I'll take it equally well. There seems to be some people who really feel that for some professions yoga gets you into an attitude that's not too great for you. I really want to know, as a, let's say, a policeman at the highest level, how you felt yoga influenced you, or what do you feel?
Control.
You are able to, you can't be going on thinking, things will go out of control. But you have to think fast and find a solution. That is basically your calm and approach to problems. That's the yoga. Mind gets, there's a lot of inner peace. Mind gets equanimity. So it's not as though when a problem is looming. You just start doing yoga. It's not the way. The result of the yoga, your mind gets calm. I can use the word controlled aggression. What is something, I tell you one more study I made at home, but my theory also. Only 10% of the population are law-breakers, 90% are law-abiding. You see, I used to quote very often, you see the traffic, the Greenwell Road, etc. Supposing if all those guys, motorists, when they see the red light, if they make up their mind to cross the red light, they don't do it. They they know that apart from violating the rule, they may end up in accidents. So, what is important is we must try and mobilize the law-abiding citizens to situation. Otherwise, you think that the police force, there is what we call the population police area. I think all over Tamil Nadu is one policeman for nearly 300 and odd. And across 60 is one policeman. You think we can control? I have been a chief of police, I can say, confess very openly that it is the people, law-abiding people who keep the society calm and peaceful. Not that. It's only a scarecrow approach for the police. But people over a period, they have got used to. If you see a policeman, you don't tend feel like violating the law.
So we can call Vaikunth sir to be Rishi among the police. Like. Delicate.
Having been very calm and cordial, people have been very peaceful, friendly, etc. Suddenly, why don't you wait for one more day? That is, you don't have to lathi charge. If you wait at one day, you would impose 144 order. Then they would, you have a legal handle to deal with. They would automatically disperse. The approach, policing approach, I believe in UK, they say, of course it may have changed by now. When there is writing, the Bobby police shop or something, they only think gentlemen, it's time for you to go home. I believe they already distribute. But there are good, bad, and ugly guys in the society. It doesn't mean that every time you have to use aggression. Because most 90% are not made. How do you think traffic accidents do not happen? Because people are not made. Most of the people. There are criminals, that is being sort of blown out of proportion in the media. Then it looks as though there is a lot of chaos and confusion in the society. You approach things in a very calm way. Calm and fast, both together.
Thank you so much, sir, for sparing the evening with us. We will end with, yeah.
In prison, some of the prisoners will not be interested in doing yoga. How will you make them to do yoga, sir?
To make them do yoga itself is a part of your yoga. That's a good question.
It's a Gita canon. Yes. Surely. That is the way.
People who have gone through this training for 1 or 2 days, or every week, twice, 2 days every week, first week, they may, by word of mouth, they are doing this thing. Why don't you come? Some health-related problem, why don't you come? From what it was at the beginning, at the end
it has become more. It is more. Yeah, Sindhil, quick.
Sir, we would like to know what are any personal chance to, when you are meeting sir, is there, sorry, I'll frame my question properly. Is there any instance that when you have a very stressful time in your career and when you're meeting sir, and is he gave any separate practice for that to addressing those things? any chants, chanting mantras?
Is essentially a divine yoga. There is no need for a special training for that. Whatever training is, I told you, the control of mind and the body and probably soul. You and I have not seen ourselves. So that itself is a big training. There is no need. The rest of it will take to face the problems in society. For people like me who have been in the field for 36 years, I started yoga even before I entered the 60. I entered in 60 months. So there is no special training because the situations differ. You can't have a ready-made solution for these situations. General postulates of the mind and the body and the soul.
Thank you so much, sir. We will end up with Vedic chanting, a small Vedic chanting. Any of you, all of you can come. Om Mayi Medham Medham Mayi Mayi Prajam Prajam Mayi Prajamiti Prajam Mayi Agnihi Agnistejaha Tejo Dhadhatu Dhadhatu Mayi Mayi Medham Medham Mayi Mayi Prajam Prajam Mayi Prajamiti Prajam Mayi Indraha Indra Indriyam Indriyam Dadhatu Dadhatu Mayi Mayi Medham Medham Mayi Mayi Prajam Prajam Mayi Prajamiti Prajam Mayi Suryaha Suryo Bhrajaha Bhrajo Dhadatu Dhadhatviti Dhadhatu. Thank you so much.
Thank you.